Let's get more now on the challenges of youth unemployment across the African continent. I'm joined live in the studios by the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy on Youth, Mr. Ahmad Alhendawi, currently visiting Kenya as part of an African tour. Welcome to Africa Live. Now, youth unemployment is a time bomb across the world, but also mostly felt here in Africa. How severe is the issue of youth unemployment on the continent?
It's indeed a top priority, for any development debate around the world now. Talking of Africa, we're talking about the majority of the population are young people. But not only that, estimations saying about the number of youth will double in the next 25 years in Africa. And just today visiting some of the sites and seeing how many young people are here in the continent demanding job opportunities. This is a major issue. Speaking globally, we're talking about 73 million young persons are unemployed. Projections to the future being about 500 million jobs needed in the next 15 years. This is a major issue to speak about education and the mismatch between education and job opportunities.
Right.
But most importantly, we are lacking putting in place the right formula to creating jobs and to support small and medium enterprises as well.
Well, Africa is a young continent, though. What would you say are the challenges that are facing, youth unemployment, that are causing unemployment on the continent, that are making government unable to deal with this crisis of youth unemployment?
It's a large number of young people indeed, but they could be perceived either as a threat to development or as an asset. The narrative that the United Nations are promoting here, that young people are the assets of Africa, and they are the biggest assets, more than even the natural resources in the continent, if, and the big if here, if they are invested with the right policies and they are given the right opportunities to do that. I believe that the way forward will apply first in looking at the economies at large, putting the right places, the right policies, and at the same time encouraging small and medium enterprises. We have to look back to agricultural sector as well in Africa and put more investment in this sector. The priorities of African youth are similar to all youth around the world. Better education opportunities, their healthcare system, and also they are demanding more participation opportunities. They are not only demanding jobs, they are demanding for their voice to be recognized and heard in political processes. They are demanding to be well recognized as partners, not only beneficiaries in the development process. I think this is a major challenge. And looking to the future, speaking about a future of governance model for Africa that's really partnering with young people as they are the majority of the population.
They are the majority of the population and they are demanding certain things from their governments. But are African governments, though, in particular, doing enough for the youth?
I would say there are major improvements happened in the past few years, yet this is unfinished business and we still need to do more. Looking to the Millennium Development Goals, and Africa made a significant progress over the last 13 years in relation to Millennium Development Goals, but yet we are still far from reaching where we should be. Looking to all this great potential in Africa with young people, I believe there's a great potential for transforming the economy, transforming Africa, if we are putting the right policies in place. The United Nations, to this end, is putting together a common strategy, bringing all the UN agencies together to support youth development in Africa. We believe in partnerships. We believe that it's not only the job of one agency or one entity alone. It's about public-private partnerships. It's about bringing everybody on board. And the African governments here, they are required to bring more stability and putting together, a more participatory policies that really look to the long term, not only the short term gains.
As a result, though, of lack of gainful employment and lack of opportunities across the continent or in many countries across the continent, you find that African youth are often lured to, joining rebel groups, to joining terrorism groups. What can be done, though, to curb this?
I think by promoting enabling environment for youth development, this is the core issue that we should address. This is the root of the problem. By addressing the root of the problem, by promoting, better job opportunities, more education opportunities for young people, not only the primary education, but post-primary education. We're still talking about more than 57 million kids outside of school. This is a big challenge, and these are, a material for future deployment for terrorist group. And I think by addressing the root of the issue, by promoting a good education system in place, healthcare system that is supportive for youth development, and creating more jobs, you will be able to address this issue. The United Nations, from its behalf, we are working with the African governments to ensure that we are providing youth with more opportunities to participate. And the future of participation will not be only about providing services for young people, but providing mechanisms for them to partner in designing policies and implementing these policies.
All right, Mr. Ahmad Alhendawi, I beg your pardon, currently visiting Kenya as part of your African tour, the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy on Youth Affairs. Thank you very much for joining us here on Africa Live.